So back to Jesus' story. The priest crossed the street. The Levite crossed the street. Remind us what we see every day. We see people in need and people just cross the street. But it was obvious that this man needed some help. In a way, the good thing about the priest and the Levite is that they didn't make the man's situation any worse. That man needed some hands-on attention, some real help. Jesus then tells us that a Samaritan, somebody say a Samaritan. That's where the old saying, Good Samaritan, comes from. A Samaritan, the guy least expected, the guy least likely to help this beaten up Jew lying on the side of the road. Why? Because Jews despise Samaritans and didn't even want to talk to them. Samaritans didn't like the Jews either. But in great detail, somebody say great detail, Jesus described all that Samaritan man did for him. He took pity on him. He bandaged his wounds, probably tearing his own clothes. He put the man on his donkey, meaning that he had to now walk. He took that man to an inn and took care of him. The wine that he would normally use to drink, he used to disinfect his wounds. The oil that he used to saturate the atmosphere, he used to soothe his body with. Apparently, the Samaritan understood. He understood his assignment of what it meant to help someone in need. How many of us understand what it means to help someone in need? I remember my parents would give my neighbors sugar, milk, everything. Somebody knock on your door right now. What y'all doing? Shh, don't answer it. The Samaritan understood his assignment of what it meant to help, to be a person that can help somebody in need, to be a good neighbor regardless, somebody say regardless, of the racial tensions. The Good Samaritan didn't use the beat up man as a talking point in a discussion. He actually got his hands dirty and got involved in that man's life. How willing are we as a church, as a community, as a body of believers, how willing are we to get involved in the lives of the people who need a second chance? The person with a felony record, the person who's addicted to crack cocaine or opioids or alcohol, the person who is forced to live in a building that is not taken care of by the landlords, the lives of the kids who don't have a positive male role model in their lives, the person that's dying from AIDS or cancer, the single mom and her kids about to become homeless, the pregnant teenager who wants to keep her baby but her family is telling her or pressing her to get an abortion, the person who is now in a nursing home that needs help because their family abandoned them. Tell your neighbor, we can't do all this in our prayer closet. No doubt that those priests and those Levites said a prayer as they were walking across the street to the other side. But it costs, somebody say it costs. It costs something to get involved in helping others. It costs something to help being more involved in your church. It costs something to make it to tithe. I talked to Deacon Gerard in the office. Why don't more people come to church? Why people don't be more consistent? Why? Because it costs. Are we willing to pay the cost? Jesus paid the cost for each and every single one of us. But how willing are we to make the sacrifice to pay the cost? We are so selfish. We are so greedy. We are so self-centered. We are not willing to pay the cost, not even for our own kids. Beyonce can sell $1,000 tickets and everybody show up, but the school parent teacher conference is free and only 5 people is sitting there. Are you willing to pay the cost?